There anything you want to say to any other teams?
Don't get me wrong, Justin's...
I'd like to hear this one. Flips and everyone was getting on to you about Billy, this is going to be a hard job.
The public condemned us
Yeah.
for that decision.
Yeah. With the squad, we're not kids, but it's like dealing with kids.
People were taking liberties.
Like you said, it does get personal, man.
That FA Cup journey was unreal.
Go out there, show them what you got, boys. Prove it to everybody that we deserve to be here. Yeah?
Northerners want to act like that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But the FA, on the other hand, now I can say this now, Kranz's situation.
I know. Now we're going to do it.
It's an absolute mess.
Billy! My broski, my broski.
The only man to spell his name out.
I know. I see that straight away. Bro, tough season, man.
Yeah.
Tough season.
Yeah, man.
I know there's a lot you want to get off your chest.
Yeah.
Chat to us, man. What you want to share, man?
Yeah, man. I think there's no beating around the bush here. Yeah, I mean, I've coming out and I'm stating that I'll be stepping down as Baiteze's manager. Yeah, man.
At the awards, I know you heard me. I was gutted. I was confused.
Yeah, man.
I feel like everyone else knew apart from me.
I think it's the world's worst kept secret coming towards the end.
Yeah, but it was kept like from me for some reason.
It wasn't my fault.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then everyone looked at me like, Biz, don't you know? I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I was proper gutted, man, because
I appreciate that.
Obviously we got a new gaffer as well. Decent gaffer still. He's got yeah.
Dude, am I allowed to say who?
Yeah.
No,
but
all right, yeah. I'm excited for next season. Put it that way.
Yeah, just obviously the friendship that we built from a long time, and we all started Baiteze together, really and truly, especially the Sundays, innit? And obviously you started with challenges as well, so.
I don't even know what they're doing. I was like, I've never watched wrestling. Apparently, like, I Stone Cold.
I'm going 4 in all.
He's not a defender. What's that?
I'm sure we're not gonna not see you off camera, but when did you come to this decision of just like stepping aside as manager?
Do you know, it's been a long journey, this decision. I think after the Nationals, I had a word with Osei and I said, Os, how'd you go again? Like, how'd you motivate yourself? How'd you do it? And that was the first inkling there where it was like, next year's going to be a different ball game completely.
Yeah.
Because we were climbing the mountain to the top. We got to the top. No one knows how to deal with that once you're there. Like, no one prepares you for that. So I'm like, okay, cool. How do I get the next set of players? Because everything has to recycle. How do I get the next set of players on it? And going throughout the season, you know, there was ups and downs, and we'll get onto that eventually. But I think I got to March, towards the end of March, and I just went, this is taking a lot from me. Yeah. This is mentally draining.
Where was you? Put me where you was. Where was you at this moment?
It was just after a defeat.
Yeah.
It was one of the defeats we took in the season, and you know, I don't let my emotions get the better of me.
Yeah.
Referees might be different.
Referee the twag! Like each time we score, you go it, give him a free kick. 6 games have gone no better.
What the is that? Referee! How the can you pick that decision out of your head?
But I'm quite a level-headed person, and it was one of them games where we had about 3 or 4 pullouts. I'm ringing people in the morning just to try and get them there, and I just sat there, and after the loss, it was about an hour after, we were still on the pitch talking, and I just went. Then that's when I mentally checked out. I believe I felt I'm putting so much in. I've got a young family.
Yeah.
I've got a 2-year-old, and you know I spend a lot of time on the phone. People think, and when they watch the videos, they just see the Sunday videos, but it's the Saturday nights that used to kill me.
Yeah.
When I'm chasing players, and you know, no one gets paid. So if they want to go out on a night out, they're going to go out. And if they want to go on a weekend away, they're going to do that. But when you're chasing players where they're not communicating well enough, and they do that for whatever reason, you know, I'm not pointing anyone out. But when you're chasing a lot more, it's becoming a lot harder to get in a consistent 11 now.
Yeah.
And I work Monday to Friday. My day job, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So Monday to Friday, I'm packed up, stressful work. And then I come back. I've got Saturday morning to myself mentally.
Yeah.
And then by Saturday afternoon, when Quincy gives me the squad list, and I'm like, well, where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so?
Yeah.
Let me ring him. Why ain't he answering you? Quincy's going, so-and-so hasn't messaged me yet. All right, cool. Bam, bam, bam. And no word of lie, I was on the phone from 5:30 when I would always get the squad list to about 10. And then Sunday morning, it was still stressed. So it was a lot going on. And I just felt like I didn't have the intensity as I did in the first 2 seasons. In the first 2 seasons, I was ruthless. And you could probably say as a player, I wouldn't accept nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted the most. I had standards as high as they could go. And it became a thing where the intensity from me dropped, where little things were getting away with now and standards were slipping. And it was due to my energy levels of keeping it up and keeping the standards as high as I could. And then I believe that's what crept into the results as well, where we did start losing a lot more than we've ever lost before. And I just knew then, I thought, I'm man enough to know, I always said this when I first come into the job, when I feel like there's someone better or more youthful or more energized to do the job, then there's a decision to be made. You know, there's incentives that can keep you in and around it, but you have to be honest with yourself and you got to know when time is up, because if you stay long enough, you also become the villain. So I leave on a relatively good high. I leave with my morals and everything intact, my energy levels I felt like if I gave it another go, would Baiteze have got the full version of me, or would my family have got my full version of me? Ooh. One of them would have had to pack up, and I'm not willing to make that decision. Not for my family, do you know what I mean? I'm not my baby boy, so...
No, like you said, it does get personal, man. It does, it drains a lot of energy, plus you're like a teacher as well, so your day-to-day is dealing with people as well.
100%.
And then on Sunday, you're dealing with more people, so it's not like, all right, cool. With the squad, we're not kids, but it's like dealing with kids because people are not replying to you as well. Like, I remember like on BCs, Quincy will send out the BCs on Friday. All right, cool, boys, say if you're available. Saturday BC comes out. Saturday boys reply. Second BC from the Saturday. Saturday boys, your games are done, so reply.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing like the group chat, and it's like 11 players.
And it
must be draining.
It was manic because you got to think this is stressful for Quincy as well. Quincy's a captain. Quincy's a player. And Quincy's doing this, and then that's when the point where I always said, all right, Quince, I'll take over from this point, because people are taking liberties. They're not answering at all. So that's when I'll be on the phone, and they're never easy conversations. Don't get me wrong, this job is fun, but I think my job helps me with this. But many times you have to have a difficult conversation, and these are my friends. Alex Cruikshank was the best man at my wedding. You know what I mean? Tommy's my cousin. Frankie's my cousin. They're flesh and blood. Quincy was a groomsman. Josh is a groomsman. Osei is a groomsman at my wedding. So I've known you since I was like 13. So these are difficult conversations with people that I've known and grown up with. But I was always able to divide Billy on a Saturday, Billy on a Sunday. They're two different people completely. People see it on the challenges. I moan and swear at refs on a Sunday, but on Saturday challenges or anything else, I try and have a laugh. It become a point where, was it affecting friendships? Potentially, yeah. Because how would it? Yeah, because the person you are a level-headed person as well. So like you're saying, you're like when it comes to the games, you're not usually like this on a day-to-day. 100%. But because you're a winner, 100%. And then there's some people who have the thought process of, oh, this is Baiteze, this is family, this is amateur football, we want to play. But because you're a winner as well, that kind of like deprives your friendship as well, like because of how you were and what you thought was best for Baiteze as well at the time as well. So that's even a good question to even ask you. Like, so where are your relationships with these friends that you? Mate, they're still in good places, and that's only because we're so close. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I remember the one where, the people must think the cameras, like we notice the cameras, we don't. I forget I got a mic on. Yeah. So I say, man, but it's football. Yeah. It's never personal. And the one that always gets to me is when I got onto Quincy so bad.
Ball coming from over the top, and that is a delightful touch. Now, Kone, he leaves Quincy skiing.
Are you alright with your footwear? Have you got another pair of shoes, trainers, anything? Timberlands?
Because what you're wearing now is he's sending you round like a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
And I
So the
looked
boots.
at him Monday, for the
Yeah.
boots, and I was like, that's football. And then Monday, I like when it come out, I watched it on Monday. I was like, that's my boy.
Boy, you know, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
My
that's
groomsman.
my that's my boy. And I was like, but that's part and parcel with the game. I know I know subconsciously it's being filmed, but you know, it's up to the editors what they put in and that. But it was a bit like, man, because to the public, people wouldn't even think me and Quincy are close. The way that we speak to each other.
Yeah, these guys are boys. Yeah,
Me and Ade argue every Wednesday. It almost seems like.
Yeah.
But we're close, and it's But as I was saying, in terms of why is that the intensity from me, I couldn't provide the intensity needed to get it back to the top. Don't get me wrong. If we wanted to just keep ticking over, probably could have done it. Yeah. But if we want to really go back up to nationals and really put that time in, I don't think I can take that time off my family as it stands. As he gets that little bit older, my baby boy, and you know, I want to be a good father. I want to be there for him as much as I can. Yeah, Sunday mornings. Yeah, it's 10:30 to 12. That's playing.
Yeah.
But managing, it's actually a full weekend. And you actually sometimes, and the players know this, is that you're their mentor, you're their best friend, you're their dad for some that are young enough, you're their older brother, you're one that shoulder to cry on. And I've had players confine in me, all sorts. Again, that's similar to my job though.
Yeah.
Is that
That helped you a lot.
That's
Yeah,
safe.
yeah.
Not that pastoral section of it is that, but you care for the individual more than the player. So that's draining.
Yeah.
That's draining. When you got someone coming and they're not set in their life, and you know they've got financial problems, and you're trying to help them out, and you're trying to do things like this. That's God's honest truth. That's happened, and people don't know what they're doing with their careers. You're trying to help people career-wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why it is a family, because I'm their football manager, and I'm the gaffer for Baiteze and the Sunday League side. But God's honest truth, I've helped some of these get into jobs. I've helped some of these go and get good money on a Saturday from where they was to where they are now.
Oh, yeah.
I've been able to help them go and get good jobs and good money and things like that. So I think if I went again, I wouldn't be able to provide that sort of intensity to help the boys, and that's just not fair. Someone who's in the role has to give it their all.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could do that next year.
So let's talk about your time in Baiteze from management. Well, from actually being assistant manager with like Justin. Let's go from there.
Yeah. So working under Justin, don't get me wrong. Justin's
I'd like to hear this one.
is a
Yeah.
Justin is do you know what? Personally, he's a good guy.
Don't get gassed off that internet thing. Don't get gassed off that internet thing. There's no one better in the world than Theo winning penalties. No one. Oh, my strikers want goals. I'm just taking in the scenery, you know. All we do is W's at it.
I've never had anything wrong with him per se. I think he was a little bit upset that I took the job when he left.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. Do you know what I mean? I had no vendetta against him having an opinion.
What's better than the number 2 though?
Huh?
What's better than the number 2 to take the job? You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Been there, done it, seen it.
Yeah.
And then wanted to make the step forward. So working under him was good. I foresee what he does well and maybe what I could bring to the table.
Yeah.
So it was a good experience to do that. And obviously he's a really experienced manager, so it was good to see him, because he obviously managed in non-league at the time with Barking, Step 4. It was good to
He was
learn.
doing his thing, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously coming in, I knew that I wanted to do it my way. Certain things were definitely different. The way I managed was the main thing. Do you know what I mean? As I said, these are my friends. These aren't players to me. They're my friends. So I want to manage them a lot better than maybe just how a manager would see a player. And then that's it. I sort of come in, wanted to bring my own ethos in, my own style of play, my own standards. And you know what? The boys bought in straight away, really. I remember the first session at Wadham Lodge.
Yeah.
Musti, Michael, you might have even been late as well.
Wait.
Speaking
Speaking of the first session of Woodham Lodge, what did you tell me, Bill? The first session of Woodham Lodge. Your boy, you know, from 13 years of old.
I shouted at you, but...
No. What did you say? You told me that I'm the 6th.
That weren't on that day, but yeah, I remember the conversation.
He called me. I was like, yeah, this is Bill, my boy. We're going to chop it up. Yo, manager, gaffer, get it. Biz, yeah. So Biz, you know what? I don't think you're in my plans. You know, you're 6th place in the position. I was like, what? Billy, what? How can you say this to your boy? I couldn't believe you said that to me.
But that's what I was saying earlier. Like, every conversation is a hard one. You know what I mean? And I've got to be, at that point, I've got to try and be as honest as possible in a way to either show you the lay of the land or motivate you. Because you turn around and basically, in nicer words, went jog on, like, I am going to show you sort of thing. And that first season for you, under me, was
good.
A good season. So it gives people to a point to prove. But you are right. And within the first couple of weeks, I did ring you and say that. So it's mad though, isn't it?
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Billy took the job serious. He's like, I'm going to, But, all right, cool. Give me 3 moments in Baiteze as management. Give me 3 moments as management that you kind of deem as high for you, not including the FA Sunday Cup.
Okay. First season, obviously going undefeated. That was a big transition for us because we split from Myland.
Yep.
We split from Justin. The public condemned us for that decision. Yeah. For us trying to represent East London, and I don't care what anyone says, East London hated us at that point. Yeah. So did South London. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, they didn't like it at all.
And do you know what? I took it as not a vendetta, but I was like, cool, I'm going to prove to you now. I'm going to show you now. So I had to then sort of change the momentum of the perception of us in terms of footballing wise. And to go undefeated first season, beat some really good teams along the way. It was COVID year, but we still beat everything that was in front of us. That was a major success. And first time getting that hand on silverware. That was a major success. But for me, there's 2 more that go beyond that. The second one, I put it second. I don't put it first. I put it second. Was beating the Dons at Barking in front of 2,000 people. That was phenomenal.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was a great moment.
And that like, I remember walking into the changing room and it was like a rave. Like, everyone was up for it. Everyone's dancing, jumping, screaming. I'm like, right, we've got a game.
We even reenact the manager, the basketball manager.
When we coming after. Yeah, that was fun. That was your idea as well. That was funny. But like, before the game, it was mayhem. Like, I've never seen a game like it. I'm like, it's like we've just won Champions League and we haven't got on the pitch yet.
Yeah.
But then I was speaking to Quince. I was like, Quince, they're either going to be shattered for the first 10 minutes because they haven't been non-stop in there.
Yeah.
Or they are just going to rip them to shreds. And first 20 minutes we were 3-0 up.
Yeah.
Ruined them.
We ruined them.
And the mentality is what I tried to bring into the squad is that winners, yes, but you've got high standards of each other. And you know what? When your back's against the wall, you've got nothing to lose. Go for someone's throat.
Yeah.
But to beat them, you know, in front of 2,000 people, and you know what? This involves you as well. This is a lot to do with you. Yeah. I was driving home that night. Yeah. And on Capital Extra, it got announced that Baiteze beat SC Dons.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, nah, that's surreal. Like, how am I hearing that on Capital Extra? Do you know what I mean? I'm driving home just after a game of football, and that's been announced to the public.
Yeah,
like,
we got Robert Bruce. We got Robert Bruce for that one. Yeah, that was good.
It was unreal, and that sunk in a little bit more, and how everyone enjoyed it and everyone come together. That was my second. That was really good, but in my era, I think my era, if it was summarised, is East versus South. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I think I incited that. I wanted that. I didn't back down to that. Yeah. I enjoyed that. And I'm a big advocate of East London. So we grew up in Newham. We love where we come from. And then the first place, which I felt is the most pinnacle, other than winning the FA Cup, was beating Grand Athletic twice in 2 weeks. Yeah. That was unreal.
That was good, man. That was very good.
They was on a 35-game unbeaten run.
Yeah.
Hadn't lost.
We smoked them.
They lost their first ever game since being made and went undefeated ever since.
Yeah.
Until they met Baiteze.
Yeah, and we beat them in their pitch as well.
Oh, in that Dulwich pitch.
The
rain. It was horrible.
Oh, we smoked them.
It was nasty.
Smoked them, yeah.
Everything about it. The fact that their manager, I think his name's Armit, I maybe got that wrong. He's a UEFA A coach. That in my eyes, I'm like, cool. He's got a better badge than me. Cool. That's going to be tough. Yeah. They're players, ex-pros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of the names that are on that team sheet.
We didn't know then as well, though. We found out after.
Yeah, we found out after. But that come with the naivety of it. We don't care who you are.
We don't care who you are,
And to go South London and beat them 3-1 was fantastic.
Yeah.
But then we brought them to East London, and after issues that happened with the pitch, we had to give them a 1-0 lead. They was 1-0 against us in the London Cup quarterfinals. And we had our back against the wall. Everyone looked at me and went, Bill, why the hell have you agreed to give them 1-0? I went, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it like this. This is my way of winning. And we gave them the 1-0 and then went on to go and win the game as well. And to beat them twice in 2 weeks when they was undefeated and they was South London's golden boys. Don't give me the Dons are massive. But at that point, if you beat Grand Athletic, you are unbelievable. They were London Cup champions and we turned them over twice in 2 weeks. That was at the point where I felt South London had to zip it. Like they couldn't say nothing at that point. I was like, you know what? We gave them a lot of stick throughout the years, but you know what? They're doing their thing.
They're doing their thing, yeah.
So that for me, obviously not including Sunday Cup, but that was the point where I went, we've proved it.
Just a quick one on that moment as well, yeah. I remember when you played against the Dons, and I think they beat us at home in the pre-season. I remember when Flips and everyone was getting on to you about Billy, this is gonna be a hard job.
Bringing the ball. Baiteze no more. Myland. In the morning. Sack in the morning.
And then later on, you turning it around, making obviously that season was a great season, and them coming up to you and say, Billy, you done well. They start giving you flowers and stuff as well. Like I felt that moment. I was like, they looked at my boy Billy in a different way, you know.
Do you know that's why I got a lot of time and respect for all them lockdown now, because you know it is, if they're brave enough and brash enough to say whatever they want. I love that, but they're also men enough to go and turn around and be like, do you know what? Maybe I got that wrong in the first time. So when they come forward, and it was after the Grand Athletic game and after obviously beating the Dons in the round before. I appreciated that highly, because I respect that as a man. Do you know what I mean? You come forward, because they did give me a lot of stick.
They gave you best stick.
They gave me stick.
So many stick.
I love that. So I just bank things in my head. I'm like, cool, I'll get you. Don't worry. Time comes around.
Alright, cool. Let's talk about the FA Cup journey, man. The Sunday FA Cup journey. Let's have a recap through that.
I don't think there is a short answer. I'm gonna that FA Cup journey was unreal for many reasons. We got through the first round by a 0-0 against a team from Ipswich that we battered, and we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and we got through on pens. And I was like, well, at least we've beat any other Baiteze squad. We got to last 32. That's never happened before. And each round I just went, okay, we're getting that little bit closer. What the hell's going on? But we made history each round, and that's how I felt. So if I ever come out at any round, I would have gone, at least we made history. I didn't anticipate going to number one fully. But there's many events that happened in that round. We obviously beat the best team in Ipswich. We then beat the SC Dons, which are one of the best teams in South London. We then beat Grand Athletic, which we mentioned earlier. Again, the best team in South London at the point. And then now we go national. So now it becomes serious. Now we're travelling the country. We go all the way to Doncaster.
And that was like a 40 miles per hour drive on the coach.
Oh, man. It took us... Quincy, whoever booked that coach... Mate.
No, management. We need to blame management.
100%.
Management.
That was a terrible decision to get that coach. That coach, I think we could have walked there quicker.
They booked us a bumper car.
We got there eventually with 20 minutes to kick off. We had to delay kick off. It was at 2:00. We got there at 2:00, so we had to kick off at 2:20. And that's already mental 1-0 for them. They know. They had 600 fans there, and they were the most hostile fans I've ever come across.
Very hostile.
We come in, and they was on a hill. The pitch is weird. You come in, and they're already standing on this hill, and they're just giving us dirty looks. And it's like nasty. But you know what it is, mate? If Northerners want to act like that, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? That they been brought up in much harsher conditions than that. So that didn't intimidate us. In fact, that almost fired us up and made us laugh. Well, all right, cool. You want to be like that? We'll match you with fire. Was that
the racism incident as well? Yeah.
So that's eventually, do you know what I mean? So that happens first, the intimidating factor. Don't get me wrong, some of them were a good laugh. Do you know what I mean? In the crowd and that. But literally, I come out of the dugout. No, I come out from the changing room, walking down the dugout. I know I can't swear on this, but it's like screaming, grown-ass men. Like, if it was on the street, it's different. Billy, you're a C-U-N-T, screaming it at me. I was like, oh, you've never met me in your life. Like, different circumstances, you would never have said that. But that's when it set the tone. And that's when it was like, all right, we're going to win here.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it in fashion.
Yeah.
Kranz's situation.
I know. Now we're going to do it. But don't physically touch it.
Get him off! Fucking get him gone!
You tell us.
We keep playing. This means everything to us, isn't it? So
let's
we
go
beat him off the
fucking
park
win.
and then
Beat him off
let's
the
let
park
him
and
deal
we
with
go.
it after. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Do you ever prepare for that? I don't think. For me,
Yeah.
me as a white man, and I've got to be honest here, I don't ever think that I'm ever gonna have to deal with that personally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But this happened to one of my friends and close friends. I've known Kranz for years.
Yeah.
And football went out the window there because I felt like as a friend, I would have gave everything up. Whatever was right by Kranz.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If Kranz wanted to walk
Was
off
already-
that pitch,
yeah.
walk off that pitch. Whatever would be. And it would come from Kranz. No one should influence his decision. It's happened to him personally. And whatever he felt was the right decision, I would have fully backed. And I would have 100% walked off that pitch and let the FA get us out of the competition and let them go through.
Yeah.
If that meant sticking by my friend, I would have done that every day of the week, and I wouldn't regret that if he decided to step off the pitch. He wanted to stay on the pitch, and you know what? That took more bravery than anything else, because how he stayed on the pitch, kept himself mentally in check and carried on playing, fair play to him, and he let the football do the talking. But the FA, on the other hand, I can say this now because you ain't gonna find me. Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing to me at this point. Yeah, I ain't trying to get back into football either. So listen, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute mess. The fact that it was brought up and there was comments that the fella made previously on his social media that was given to the FA as well. There was mic'd up evidence close to the incident as well. But they wanted to go off just the referee's report. But that's one man, and when there's other resources there,
A man who didn't hear it as well.
He didn't claim to hear it or not. So for me, I was really disappointed in the FA. The fact that they didn't deal with it thoroughly enough, and that it's just an absolute joke, isn't it? But we hear this on professional level, and we've come all the way down to grassroots, and we're still dealing with it. And not to turn this interview into a negative one, but it was one of them moments that I really had my hands in my head, and just sort of going, like, where are we going with this in terms of society and the FA and who are managing us?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We do this and we want to have a good time and expose grassroots football, but we'll expose it for the bad things as well. Don't get me wrong, we won't hide.
Right, man.
But I respect Kranz for the decision he made, and I would support him in any manner that he wanted to. But there's no preparation for that. That is just where you've grown up, how you've grown up, who you've grown up with. How do you react to that? I don't think you can really plan that.
It's a tough one, man. Shout out to Kranz for that, man. He wanted us just to beat them and get them out of the cup. So shout out to Kranz for that. Oh yeah. So from Doncaster, where did we go from there?
We played the semi-final against that Middlesbrough team.
Yeah.
Again, they was a Saturday side that just made all their Saturday boys play Sundays. Good team, won on penalties. Should have won in the first game. Should have won in 90 minutes. One of them games where you like winners win. That's the summary of it. Winners win. No matter how we win, we win. We won on penalties, and then it set up a fantastic final.
Yeah. Final was
unreal, mate.
Bro, tell us about the atmosphere at that final.
Unreal. Do you know what it is? Mate.
Family, friends,
everyone.
Yo, everyone was there, bro.
Everyone.
Like pagans, like ops. They was all watching. Like everyone was watching. Like
this is why I do. This is a big reason why I done this. Is I grew up in Canning Town, and we know how Newham is at certain points of our childhood.
Yeah.
But that's the lovely thing about this is that we represent it as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Newham, Hackney, where all the other boroughs in East London. And the fact that there were people there that previously, in nicest way possible, weren't friends before, and they all come to support us as a collective because we represent East London, and they was proud to do that.
Yeah.
I've got, for me, one of my objectives, that's ticked off. Do you know what I mean? If we can make that little bit more...
I was happy that the whole Newham, everyone was there. That was
really
good.
showed face. Do you know what I mean? Really come and showed up. So, I was really happy about that. That was one of my highlights of the whole final, actually.
Yeah. Shout out to Newham for that, man. Yeah, that was very good, man. Very good. But lifting the trophy, man. First, the first, I think, London manager to even lift the trophy, no?
Nah, there's
probably,
there's been a few in London, but first from East London to ever have done it.
Yeah, first from East London, there we go.
It's good. Do you know what I mean? It's good. Like, to be and I said this in my leaving speech, didn't I? I was like, to officially be known as the best manager in the country at my level, You know, I take that with pride.
Yeah.
You know, but the players that we had, the team that we had, the backroom staff that we had, you know, winning is the minimum expectation for that season, and it was fantastic. Like, unreal to pick it up, and my mum and dad come and watched it, and my sister, my missus, the baby. I'm like, right, I'm only on the touchline.
Yeah.
They only see me go up and down in this little box, and then getting moaned at by the ref.
Yeah.
But the fact that, you know, it was done in front of my son, and, you know, I was really proud of that. And, you know, officially I can say I was the best at something in the whole country. And that's something that, you know, is what we do for. We want to be the best.
The trophy went to your house. What did you do for the whole year?
I took that trophy. Bro? People were trying to claim that. I said, no one's taking that. That's mine. That's mine.
I stole it for what? Actually, no, we all stole it for one night. We went pitch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Addy's oldest brother. He done like a pitch Sundays. They shouted us up on the mic. You know me, I love a drink. So we went out there and drank. You know what I mean? Drank from the cup as well. But the whole year, you just had that trophy just chilling.
Yeah. It's a beautiful trophy. And, you know, it is. Pictures don't do it justice. It's phenomenal. It's one of the most beautiful trophies I've ever come across. Like I've held things like Carling Cups, FA Cups. FA Cups lovely as well, to be fair. But it's up there with like the FA Cup. Like, it's beautiful. And having that on my mantelpiece, and having like my little man photos with my little man with it. And, do you know what I mean? It was great to have. Burning that you have to give it back after a year. It's like, should I lose it?
Did you take a picture of it being in your mantelpiece as well? Like,
mate, my catalogue is just of this month. I got more photos of the trophy than I do with my missus. It's like, rah.
That was mad. What's your thoughts on Sunday League, man? What's your thoughts on Sunday League? It's a funny one, isn't it?
It is. I've got a background in professional football.
Yeah.
Southend under 18s, and then Gillingham first team, being a sports scientist. So I was heavily involved with professional football.
Yeah.
I would never have come into Sunday League if it wasn't for my friends at Baiteze. I grew up playing it, you know, enjoyed it, but I would never have made that step to go, I want to manage at Sunday League. So the only club I would have ever have done it for, and I've had offers from non-league sides and, you know, even professional sides to come back into the fold. I've turned them down. But the Sunday League scene now, last season was fantastic. Everyone was at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm saying that because we was at the top of it and I'm being biased, and I was like, But one thing about Sunday League, it will never die.
It will never die, man. It will never die.
There'll always be 40-year-old men that want to play with their mates.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly that.
There'll always be that. And that's the love of it, is that it's friendships. It isn't politics. It isn't a chairman paying you money and, you know, you're being dragged there because you think of it as a job, or, you know, it's just a group of friends that want to go and have a laugh and, you know, go and win some few trophies. And that's why Sunday League will never die, because there'll always be that population that really care about it like we do. We do really care about it. See, I had that mentality before I come into it. And then when I come into it and I met all these new people that I would never have come across before, I was like, this is beautiful. Like, that's the best word to describe it. It's beautiful because everyone just cares. Do you know what I mean? It goes so much more.
It's because you're playing with your boys and your people. That's what I'm saying. You're playing with your people.
There's two things. No better feeling in football than winning. No better than feeling in football than winning with your friends. So it's a pinnacle of that. And, you know what I mean? I also, as I was saying earlier, managed my friends and, do you know what I mean? Known you since 12. So the fact that we've won things is, it's grassroots football will never die. And I do love it and where it is in the pyramid. I would like it if it got a little bit more respect, because the standard is very good. Yeah, I mean, when you get to, they call it Elite Sundays, when you're going into the National Cup, you do play ex-pros.
You do.
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Do you reckon like we're one of the teams that kind of like made Sunday League like kind of more serious now? Because it's like there's Saturday players playing now. There's people that who used to say, I'm never playing Sundays. That's just for like pub men or...
Exactly, and now they're the first name on the sheet. With their other Sunday teams. I believe we've had... We have... Let's not get this twisted one bit. Us and a few other teams have had a direct impact on participation in Sunday League football. 1,000,000%. There are teams that join our league just simply because we're there. I think the FA need to turn around and go, do you know what? You've done a lot for grassroots football. Not turn around and try and spank us and fine us because there's cameras and someone said something. They should actually thank us, because participation has rocketed in populations, age groups that would never do it initially. we've had a direct impact on that because people see the incentives and the possibilities of doing well in it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's teams you will hear that they gave points away day before, like weeks before. I mean, when it comes to Baiteze, there's like 24 players on the team sheet. There's a load of them.
100%.
Yeah,
but
man.
that's the thing with these lot is I say to you lot, don't I? I was like, every game's a cup final.
Yeah.
Them lot are gonna beat you and then show their mum. 40,000 people are gonna see the clips of them doing a madness. So just realise that they're playing for a lot as well. Yeah. No matter if they're playing for something or not, they want to show their parents or their missus or their whatever.
Yeah, just showcase everything. Yeah. Talking about teams as well. Is there anything you want to say to any other teams as now you're not a manager anymore?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Many teams doubted.
Yeah.
Many teams. Do you know what it is? They're still, even when this comes out, there'll be people that'll be happy that I've left. Yeah. There'll be people that are quite generally quite sad and wondering why, and hopefully this explains it. But, you know, at the end of the day, to the other teams, it was always competitive. We always wanted the best for each other.
Yeah.
And I've got a few things on my head, but I'd like to say
keep
them
it reserved,
in person.
Yeah, in person. Yeah, all right, cool.
Not in front of a camera.
Yeah.
In person.
Nice and direct.
Yeah.
What would you miss most about this role, man? About this management role?
Being in and around the boys after a win. For me, winning was only ever a relief.
Yeah.
It was never a success.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, we've done what we should have done. It was never something I celebrated. Just generally, you know, I enjoy making decisions.
Yeah.
I'm like that as a person. I'll enjoy going, all right, this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to do it. Now I have to pass that on. Now I have to go, whatever you decide, do you know what I mean? I'll follow suit.
Yeah.
So that's something potentially.
What won't you miss?
What won't I miss?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Have we
think
got
you
another 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Have we got another 30? I said it earlier in the interview. It's the Saturday nights. I won't miss that. I won't miss people pulling out on the day. I won't miss the stress of organising things. When your back's against the wall and you've got to pull in a 16-year-old goalkeeper. Or you've got to put Quincy in goal and try and get a win.
Yeah.
And then we do. And then it's just like, oh, we got away with that one. Or putting Michael Boying centre-back because no centre-backs have turned up. You know, they're the things that you don't miss because
that's funny.
It's that level of stress and trying to fill in gaps and problem solve, you know, I could do with a year or so.
Yeah.
Without thinking about that, I think.
No, I hear it. So what's next for Billy personally and professionally?
Personally, you know, focusing on my family.
Yeah, main thing.
Big thing. Want to spend a whole weekend, as many as I can, with my little man, seeing him grow. There's only one time you get to see this precious age as he's a toddler. Obviously, I'm not leaving Baiteze. Do you know what I mean?
Of course not.
It's in your blood. Down, huh?
It's in your blood.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You cut you open. It's not claret and blue. It's Baiteze.
Yeah, man, 100%. I'm still here, stepping down as manager, and that's just for personal reasons and family commitments.
Yeah.
There's no bad blood anywhere. Yeah. You know, I feel like the boys everyone has accepted me and the decision.
Yeah.
And, you know, still be in and around it, you know, doing other pieces, still come match days and watch once in a while. But I love the fact that I've got that little bit of freedom now. If I want to make it, you know, 2 out of the 4 or whatever, or I was going to make it and I can't now because I've got something else, just having that little bit more freedom. But, you know, I still want to carry on with my career, you know, doing well in that. I still want to keep on growing and if there's any other content that we're doing, you know, I talk on camera for like I've done it for years. Yeah. So, just still be in and around it.
Nah, sick. So you hear it now, like he's left as gaffer, doesn't mean he's left Baiteze. You get, it's a family thing, man, actually.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Bill, man. Thanks for having us. Well, thank you for coming down and just letting us know your thoughts, man.
Yeah, man.
Literally,
I appreciate it, Biz.
I think this is good for the fans as well because we are the Baiteze, so we kind of like leave fans in suspense of like what's going on and stuff. But I feel like this is very respectful for yourself as well because what you've done for us, like, and what you've done for Baiteze and yourself as well to like get us to where we are. And that season that we had was just like, it was like excellent and just like, it was brilliant, man. It was just something to just like, even like as a player, or a person just not playing through that whole journey, just watching everyone like as family, it just felt so great. Like, you know what I mean? Just felt like I'm happy to be part of Baiteze, and you've contributed that majorly, man. So like,
I appreciate it, Biz, man. I appreciate everything.
My bro, man.
Yeah, man. And we go again.
You go again.
The show never stops. For the new manager, my advice is be on the players like a rash. That would be my thing. Is that set your high expectations, which I 100% know they will. Their football knowledge is fantastic as well. And the type of person that he is, am I allowed to say he? I'll say he, is very approachable, great man manager. And I think that you'll have many successes there. And just be prepared for the phone calls Saturday nights or, you know, the Sunday morning ones. But, you know, that's football though. At any level, that's football. And my advice is just stick to your high standards. If you've got a gut feeling that that's what you want to do, then follow through with it, because normally your gut feeling is the right one to go with. And, you know, you'll have a good bunch of players around you, backroom staff, that support you all the way. So I wish you all the best. I know it is. I wish you all the best, and I know you'll be a success. And I'm quite happy leaving it and the foundations I've built, knowing that someone who's strong enough will take it and build on it. So, yeah, I'm happy.
It's a wrap.
All right. It is
Boiling.
I'm sweating.